Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of What's 3D Printing. I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D, and with me, as usual, is Bat Boy from
Australia.
So if you guys can't figure it out, James had a little bit of technical difficulty,
which is why we're late.
Before the stream started. Well, I actually put in the chat if we should start without you, and then moments later you had popped in with where it said that your devices weren't connected. But this is amazing. Now, if you could have green screened that, but made your background be right side up, it would have been like pure treasure.
Better. Sorry to leave you hanging. Sorry to leave me hanging?
I see what you did there.
Yep.
Welcome, everybody. And it looks like today Freddie was our first person to post in chat. So Freddie...
Wasn't I the first person to post in chat?
What's that?
Oh, I posted in chat at like 1 in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't hold for whatever reason when you do that. No, Freddie wins the big prize today, which is a huge pile of, not a thing, because we don't have any sponsors. Sorry.
We're not cool enough for sponsors.
You get a big ball of bragging rights. So, but we got Builder's Mark in here, and I'm sure that I mess up the name every time, but Kieran. And you can correct me if that is wrong, but Kieran Clark is here. Alan Osborne, Clint, Uncle Ron, Chris Lane from Venturi 3D. Lars is in SPC 3D. David Randolph is here. Carl Schoenman. You guys should just post one time until after the intro. Old Curmudgeon is in here. Justin T. And Paul Comer. And there's Glenn Hogue. That's it. If you're not in here by now, no shout outs.
So the rest of the stream is just going to be me trying to learn how to do a headstand so I can appear right side up. Just kidding. 5 minutes of it will be me trying to do a headstand, and the last 1 hour and 55 minutes will be trying to contact my wife to call 911 because I probably broke my neck. What a way to lose a co-host.
Could you like physically flip the camera over?
Well, so this is the one that's hanging from the ceiling, so I could like uncable it and everything to do that. Oh, that sounds like an inconvenience, though. That sounds like way worse. That sounds way worse than the current alternative of just being upside down.
It just never ceases to amaze me
how every single one of these streams has issues.
Every week there is some form of problems.
And you know what? I actually had like a full thing planned on what I was going to do today during the stream, and now I can't do any of it.
Well, you can. You just have to do it upside down.
I've been frowning all week, and so he said, "Turn your frown upside down." So
Uncle Ron said he's laying on his side, so we're both at 90 degrees.
How romantic.
So I do want to give some shout outs. It looks like this week I had Nathan Edrington subscribed 6 days ago.
Nice.
Fireclaw 24 subscribed 5 days ago. And a mere 11 hours ago, John Wickersham subscribed. And I thank each and every one of you guys because
I wish it listed off who unsubscribed so you could flip them off.
I kind of wish it would tell you, who unsubscribed too, so I could reach out and find out why. Like exit interviews. Because they're like, oh my God, that last video you released was hideous. Okay.
Horrendous.
Okay, so I want to first of all say that video definitely did not turn out as good as it did in my mind.
It turned out pretty good though. I watched the whole thing, which is rare for me.
In my mind, it was amazing. So
you're like
you're snickering, little man. So I'm sure it's quite obvious, but the part with the actual welding cart itself took place in the garage, and I don't have good audio out there. So that was filmed with my cell phone, which is why the video quality is better. And then, but the audio was a voiceover, so things didn't necessarily like I narrated through it so that I could listen to it and re-narrate it, but
Just repeat the exact same stuff again, but with better mic. That's
Yeah,
the plan.
if you've ever tried that,
It's really hard to keep the exact right pacing. Is the
right, because you know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So then you say it quicker, but I think overall that part worked out fine.
5 out of 7, the perfect video.
What's that?
I said it was a 5 out of 7, the perfect video.
5 out of 7.
Have you never? I feel like we've discussed it before, but have you never heard the 5 out of 7 story?
No.
There's a guy that was trolling another guy on the internet, and he was like, as far as I remember, he was like following him through Facebook posts and Reddit posts and everything like that, and the guy kept saying stuff that was like stupid, and the guy that was like sort of cyber stalking him just kept pointing out how everything he was saying was stupid. And at some point, he's talking about the guy that is being stalked, for lack of a better term, is talking about how he just finished watching Fight Club, and he gave the movie a rating of 5 out of 7. And the guy is kind of like, who rates a movie out of 7? I don't understand. And he goes, whatever, dude. I'm just saying it was like the perfect movie. And he's like, in what rating system is 5 out of 7 perfect? So then for the next 6 months to a year, this guy would show up on a post and you'd be like, was it a 5 out of 7 for you? Like, stop following me around. He's like, sorry, perfect comeback, 5 out of 7.
Oh, that's funny. Oh. But,
at some point, the guy was looking for an armoire, but he wrote looking for armor. So the guy kept linking him posts to like chainmail and like steel body armor and stuff. And he's like, "That's not what I want. I want this." And posted a picture of like a drawer, chest of drawers. Anyway, sorry, I hijacked your story, but I think it was worth the laugh.
No, that was pretty good. And
it was a 5 out of 7.
That will forever be part of my life now. 5 out of 7. Perfect rating, 5 out of 7. No, so I don't know. Like it was fun. It was a fun video. I had a good time shooting it. I did not intend to do a This Old Tony on it. The part in the garage, when I went to the garage, I knew that my face would never be in that picture because I generally don't want to wing the camera around in the garage and for you guys to see my catastrophe of a mess out there. So I knew that part was going to be pretty much just me filming the cart with my hands in the thing. Now Uncle Ron was the first one. I'm sure other people noticed, but Uncle Ron was the first one to call me out on the fact that I was wearing a gray shirt when I was filming the garage portion of it. And he's absolutely right, because I knew that you would never see me. Why change my shirt? But the fun part of that is before I filmed the rest of the video here in the studio, I went and put a Fun King shirt on. And never, ever do you see it in the whole video. John Clark said Tony's lawyers will be contacting me shortly. Yeah, I absolutely love his sense of humor. There's times when he'll say stuff in his videos that I have to go back and play it again just because it makes me laugh so hard. But no, it was good. It was fun to shoot a video again. I'm old and rusty, so it took me a little bit to get it uploaded and remember all the things that I had to do. And then with the release of the files on Thingiverse at the same time, which both those link back to each other, I didn't want to release the Thingiverse too early so that link was dead, and I didn't want to release it after the video so that link was dead. So I ended up releasing them about 15 minutes apart. But then something went wrong, and I'm sure it was my fault, but I put the link in the description of the video. I forgot it originally, put it in yesterday afternoon. I don't know if I didn't click save or what happened, but the link to Thingiverse wasn't in the description until after the video released. You know, a few speed bumps, no big deal. Everything's good. I'm sure none of you guys own that Harbor Freight welding cart. It's like the craziest, most expensive one they own, but I got a good deal on it. So, so that's that. And it was fun. And now I hope I can come up with more ideas so I can continue to release videos. And I'm still waiting for one of you guys to call me out on like the most obvious part through the whole video. there was one thing that occurred in that video that I'm really surprised that somebody, hey, James is upright.
Sorry, had to take myself for a spin.
But yeah, I'm really surprised that somebody hasn't called me out on one major thing, and I don't want to give it away. I want to see if you guys can figure
Can
it
I
out.
call you out on it?
Yeah.
The FK1 didn't actually print that stuff. You just placed it on the bed and then had it move like it had just finished.
Bingo.
And I know this because we all watched last week as the Prusa was spitting out a bunch of the
Well,
pieces
that's
for it.
why I'm surprised nobody said anything.
I think it's because it's so obvious that nobody bothered to. But that's the best part is nobody that watched the stream is going to think that the FK1 is a freaking perfectly tuned beast now.
Well, that's it. I got a compliment from Chuck Hellebuck on how great the print was. That printer
had nothing to do with it.
That printer has never run PETG. I don't even know if it'll do it. I mean, I'm sure it will, but I've never tried.
I'll just make sure that if you decide you're going to give it a shot, that you put some massive amount of glue stick down on there because you don't want to ruin. How much was that sheet?
Well, it was donated. It was donated by Printed Solid, but it's
how much would it cost to replace it?
It's $150 sheet. Yeah. Yeah. It. Yeah, I have to. The PETG that I stuck down into the Bowden tubing is the closest that PETG has ever been to that nozzle.
Just to make it look like it was doing stuff.
Oh, and like, okay, so I don't have a camera set up on my printers anymore to do. I mean, it's laying over there, but I need to get it hooked back up and tuned and stuff to do time lapse, because I mean, time lapse are still cool, for little cuts like that. I don't generally like to run the whole like 7 minutes of time lapse or whatever it takes for the print, but
no, I think 10 to 15 seconds is like the longest you want a time lapse to be nowadays.
Yeah, just to kind of, and so, but I didn't have any time lapse footage, and I thought, I'm going to simulate it, and I thought I'm going to simulate it all in one shot on the FK1.
Here's it starting. Here's it ending. Your mind can fill in the blanks.
Right. Well, and then originally in that clip in between, I had put one of the SpongeBob, an eternity later. And then I took it out and put the top secret in there because I thought that was funnier.
Yep.
But if you go back and watch, everybody go back and watch the video right now. Don't skip ahead though. Watch the whole thing again because I want you to view time. No, but if you watch when the head is homing and it comes out, it crashed into the bed, and I still don't know why. I didn't look. I don't know if the BL Touch didn't
trigger.
Didn't eject or what happened, but the whole thing like went kaboom, and I thought, oh well, I'm leaving it in the video.
I'm looking at this build and I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, Matt, yes, there was a sea of yellow boxes behind me, but I still might have printed those all on the FK1 before the video, before the last live stream. But I mean, in fairness, I did have the printer printing those boxes while we were streaming.
To be fair.
I've only watched the first episode of the new season.
Pull your out of your.
What's that?
I was quoting something that I thought they said, but they may not actually say it during that part. Oh, look! I put I'm stripping this for parts because this is that. Remember the one I showed you last week where the entire case is basically warped and melted?
Oh right, yeah, the original one.
Yeah. So everything's getting a new case. Did you see the picture of the new orange pie case I designed this week?
I don't know if I did.
So a couple years ago for Christmas, for a friend of mine, I built one of these devices for emulation and gave it to him with 0 games on it, I might add. 0 games. And he was in a relationship, and he broke up with that person, and she kept the mini console that I had built him.
Oh.
So he messaged me to see if I could build him another one. So I thought, well, because I built these ones originally just by this is a Raspberry Pi case that I hacked apart to make it fit an orange pie. So I figured, well, now that I'm all good at designing stuff, why don't I design him a case? So I ended up making an Atari 2600 case for the orange pie, which looks infinitely better than this mess.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then I gave that to him with 0 games on it.
Uncle Ron, I hope that's Fay for faking 3D and not Fa.
I would assume that is Faye.
Good times, good times.
Good times and happy days.
It was a fun video to make. So
you're the king of fun, so that makes sense.
But it was also quite eye-opening that I didn't really remember how to edit videos, and like there was a lot of steps that I couldn't remember. And
Xander didn't offer to help with all the expertise he's gained.
No, he should have edited it for me.
Well, he's bad at life, so. This is an orange pie light. That was an orange pie light. Now it's broken. I don't know if you heard that, but it made it all the way to the ground, and circuit boards generally don't like that.
That sounded like an orange pie heavy.
Yep. It. Now I gotta check to see if there's any damage to the board. Lots of hot glue on it. That's. I was real good at designing things back in the day.
So I bought myself a digital angle finder.
A digital angle finder?
Angle finder, or maybe it was an angel finder. But no, so I don't. I have a dial kind, and you know, this is 2021 now, so you should always have everything digital.
Should have it all dialed in by now.
Yeah, and I bought the Klein brand one because it has V grooves in it for pipe, which I think is pretty cool for bending conduit.
Oh, neat.
But I'm pretty excited. So now I can actually set my table saw blade properly and all that fun stuff. It's got so many digital angles. I have a whole box of digital angles somewhere. I'm just not sure where I put them. Digital angle grinder. I think Harbor Freight sells one of those.
You can come up with any made-up device and Harbor Freight sells it.
Yeah. So, does anybody want or care about an update to the Xander computer saga?
This is going to go on for so long. We're going to need a theme song for it.
For the
It's Xander's computer saga. Hey,
yeah,
he didn't get a computer again.
That would have been a good. That would have been a good segue to some bad news that I have.
Oh, it's not coming?
Oh, no. I mean, about the theme song.
Oh.
It's not coming.
The theme song's not coming?
We got to find somebody else.
Why?
Ryan doesn't do it anymore.
But I thought as of like 2 weeks ago, he did that.
It was like 2 months ago.
Oh. Is he just not working on Fiverr anymore, or has he moved on to other projects?
I don't know the communication. I went to a site today to pick the gig and stuff because you and I talked about it after the show last week, and then I just sent him a message and I said, "Hey, I totally dropped the ball on this. We still want to have it done, but it seems you have no gig options on your page." And he said, "Sorry, but I stopped offering the service." Oh. So I just wrote
Cried yourself to sleep?
I just wrote, well, I said, I'm very sad now. Well, I hope wherever life leads you, it's good. And I thank you again for the awesome theme you wrote for my son. So now we got to find somebody else. Then I was also thinking, Chris Lane said, what kind of song? We want a theme song for this stream. And the community has paid, good thing I didn't pay Ryan. No, I don't think he would have done that. But the community made donations to get a theme song written, and then I dropped the ball and didn't get it done. So,
in a way, everybody's to blame.
No, it's my fault.
I was trying to cover for you, man.
Oh, it's all good. I'll take the blame. But yeah, so we got to find somebody to write us a theme song. So if you guys know anybody that's good at writing jingles, they have to be like super stick in your soul catchy, like Xander's Thing Thursday. So I digress though, but we will figure it out. And I do have that keyboard that I was working on during the streams a while back. I could just write the song myself, and it'd be awful, and nobody would tune in.
Oh, kind of like how it is now.
Right. Chris Lane said I can make bad techno songs, so I can't sing. No, we need lyrics. We got to have somebody sing the song. Dave Randolph said the theme song needs to be 8-bit retro 80s digital synth. So I also want to, and I'll get back to Xander's lack of computer momentarily, but I want to, and we probably should have talked about this and had you been early. What is going on with your camera? It's tiny and black. That's the two choices.
I'm trying to put the output from the Pi through the HDMI capture, and I can't tell if it's the Pi that's dead or it's not enjoying the capture or
yeah, because it flashes up once in a while.
Well, yeah, it had the problem is this 4K switcher, like the 4K USB capture card I have, doesn't handle changes in resolutions well, so I have to basically toggle it on and off if the resolution changes, which I don't know at what point it does change with the Pi. But I think if I do it now, we should get a video. Yeah. And then it's basically, so I don't know if it's not getting enough power to finish starting up or whatever. It's they're a little more temperamental. That's not true. They try harder to work on lower voltages and amperages versus a Raspberry Pi. So whereas a Raspberry Pi will have a clear indicator like not enough power, this just will suddenly stop working.
Gotcha. Uncle Ron said it has to be a theme that you can play on your face.
I can play any theme on my face. Not right now, though. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago I was talking about how like the side of my face went numb and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Now it's like swollen in behind my jaw, like down the side of my jaw, down my neck, and into my armpit. So
ooh, that sounds fun.
I'm probably on my way out, but I've had a good run.
Yeah, you need to get that checked because back a couple of years ago I had that like sore spot on my elbow, and it turned out to be an infection in my elbow that was heading to my lymph nodes, and it would have killed me within about 72 hours. So, yeah. So
the doctors think it's muscular because there's like, as far as we can tell, the lymph nodes don't look like
you're muscular. They're not sure what the problem is.
Yeah, they keep calling me ripped.
Are you sure they didn't say just rip?
Oh, they keep saying I'm going to rip.
Greg Eggy, the tech, has popped in to join us today.
Give me 5 seconds. I'm taking my headset off. I just want to grab a different power adapter.
Okay.
And then we'll get into the why Xander doesn't get a computer this year saga.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to go on about the other half, and then it'll just be a surprise to you.
Hold on.
All right. So, while James is gone, I want you guys to send a bunch of spam. No. So along with wanting a theme for this show, because apparently this show is making it because you guys keep showing up for some weird reason, but along with the theme, I want a better thumbnail. And to be honest with you, I kind of suck at thumbnails if you didn't figure that out. So I'm going to offer up some kind of a prize or a reward or something for a thumbnail. If you guys want to submit a thumbnail that we can use weekly, it doesn't have to be a new one each week, just one that we can use as a whole. You've watched the show enough to know what's going on, who's involved, blah blah blah. If you want some of our original logos in good quality, whatever, that's great. I don't know what the prize is going to be yet, and I suppose it's really going to depend on where the winner is. Because I absolutely, my first thought was I'll offer up a printed solid gift card, but that's not good for those of us across the pond. But rest assured, whatever the prize is, it'll be awesome. Like I don't know, I'll dig around, find some lint or something in the dryer and send that to you, or but we'll find something. We'll find something decent. So, but
who's getting a prize for what now?
Oh, forget it. You missed it.
Oh, okay.
I said, along with our theme song, I want a good thumbnail that we can use every week.
Oh, here.
Because the one that I came up with is really boring.
How's that one?
Yeah, that one's okay too, but still not exciting enough. Little yellow boxes. But yeah, so and I don't know, we get enough submissions in, maybe we'll rotate them and everybody will just get a nickel. We can't give you an actual nickel though, because that would count as payment. So
Hey, look at that. Pi still works.
all right, so Xander's computer.
Boo, boo, boo.
Once again, I want to reiterate, never buy anything from iBuyPower. Don't buy it through Best Buy. Don't buy it through Costco. Don't buy it through Walmart.
Don't buy it, period.
Don't buy it. I know that there's a lot of people out there that have bought from them and had a fine experience. My issue is not that I'm impatient. My issue is that they made a guarantee that they didn't meet, and their communication and customer service is not bad. It's non-existent. It just doesn't exist at all. So, in the Discord under the support status, they had made a post before Christmas how they were sorry that the things were running late and that they were going to work through the holidays to get caught up so that everybody can have their stuff. Then 2 posts later, which was the day before or 2 days before New Year's, so it was either Wednesday or Thursday, they were like, same person, keep in mind, we're closed on the 1st and we will have limited staff over the weekend. And I'm like, what? I can see both things right still on the same screen. Xander's computer has shipped. I started sending email to the support. I started opening tickets. Suddenly his computer moved. It was 10 days between the QA or the QC and it being sent to shipping until it was finally boxed. So 10 days for it to make its way across the warehouse, apparently. I started the emails. I started opening the tickets, and people had said like they got their tracking number and then it didn't get on a truck for 2 weeks. His was boxed. His was boxed. 2 days later is when I started opening the tickets. It was generated a tracking number and picked up by FedEx in the same day, which apparently is unheard of. So I don't know.
Maybe your squeaky wheel.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Your squeaky wheel gets greased.
Yeah. So it is on its way. It left out of Memphis. I don't remember when, but it hit Orlando. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it hit Orlando yesterday. So it's in the main hub in Orlando. So it's due to be here on Tuesday. So fingers crossed there's no damage and that it's actually right. So sometimes the squeaky wheel gets replaced. Well, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what I was hoping the outcome was going to be, but I did some shopping because I considered just canceling the order and taking my money elsewhere. But I honestly couldn't touch a computer with the same specs for that money. It was like $400 more. So if there's anything in the box, yeah, there'll be a concrete block in there. So, but definitely, I will not ever do business with them again. And I encourage you all to never do business with them. And that goes out to all 5,000 of you who never watch my videos.
Why is Download Manager not showing up?
Well, that's what I said too, Matt. I said to my wife, I said, I'm wondering if they realize that they screwed up and sold them too cheap. But I mean, they're not a tiny company. If you pull them up on the Google Maps, they have a huge facility. They have multiple production lines. They have like a production line for Walmart, a production line for Costco, a production line for Best Buy. So, but I mean, what really gets me is they kept blaming FedEx, and I just kept saying, well, it's not FedEx's problem that my computer took 10 days to make it across the building. So
maybe they have a FedEx driver that comes in specifically to move things across the building.
they're paying the FedEx guy on the side.
Yeah.
But no, I know that FedEx is running a limited crew. I mean, a lot of people from FedEx have had enough of their garbage and quit as well. But and they're not sending, like they weren't sending enough trucks over to pick it up, but we hadn't even gotten to that point yet. So yeah, even if FedEx isn't coming to your shop, you take it to them. Well, the other issue that I have too is like they only deal with FedEx. If you can't get enough FedEx trucks, start dealing with UPS and USPS as well. Like open up your options. So what you're saying is that we should get you iBuyPower vouchers then.
He'll never know how much they're worth because he'll never actually use them.
Yeah.
Look at how tiny this remote control is.
Thank you for chiming in there, buddy.
Look at how tiny this video game controller is.
Look how
video game controller for ants.
Look how tiny your video is.
I know, right? I'll just do
That's the payment for the theme song. One iBuyPower gift card. No. Again, the prize will be given for somebody who can come up with a thumbnail, a big thumbnail.
Thumbnails, woo!
The theme song, I want to hire a professional because I want it to be amazing. So if you're a professional musician,
you don't know that I'm not.
Maybe we should get hold of Ricky Tanner and have him do something for us.
Hey, Ricky, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey,
Can Tanner learn how to use a computer before Tuesday? Well, that poor kid. I mean, he's known since Christmas morning that he was getting it, and then yeah. So, and then he's trying to run games, and he's like, "Oh, it just won't run. It keeps crashing." I'm like, "Oh, your new computer will do it." Mark asked, "Can I DM the specs on the Twitters?" Yeah, I can do that. I will do that. I'm gonna write myself a note, or I'll forget. But
so my original plan today was showing how I design a pie case for a pie for which I don't already have a model of it to model around. I might still have time to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have much rather just bought all the components and built the computer myself. But
you wanted it to work.
Well, I still want it to work. No, it's the graphic cards. If you can find them, are
it's ridiculous. Yeah,
just ridiculously expensive.
Linus from LTT released a video on like the cheapest actual gaming laptop that they found, and it's by Gateway, and it was like $779, and it had a GTX 2060 in it, which like you could do VR and stuff on this laptop, which was mind-boggling. So I like jumped over to see if I could get one, and it's gone up by $250 since he put the video out like yesterday.
Wow.
And this isn't the first time it's happened. There's been multiple videos he's put out for stuff where it's like, can't believe that the South is cheap, and then you go to and it goes up by $200, and it's always on Walmart. So it was a purchase through Walmart, and you think, oh, well, that'll probably be safe. Then Walmart doesn't jack the prices when demand goes up.
Right.
And I guess they do.
They are greedy. Well, I don't know if it's come across the Canadian Facebook, but there's been an image rolling around, and I don't know if it's true. I didn't verify it, but with the U.S. government sending out $600 stimulus checks, there was a picture inside of a Walmart of a row of TVs on sale, and they were all sub $600.
The picture I got sent is like, here's your $600 stimulus checks, use it wisely. And it was like the PlayStation 5 plus the new Miles Morales Spider-Man game, and with taxes it comes up to $599.98. I have a friend who will remain nameless, not that you know them anyways, who is like, I spent the $600 on, and it was something like that, and I was like, he's like, $600 is a drop in the bucket if you're already in debt. Like, yep. It's not going to pay off any of the debts that you already have, and if you need the money, it's probably because you're out of work, and you're probably looking for something that'll lift your spirits. I'm like, I can see that justification, and also it's your money. I mean, if you're out of food in a week because you spent $600 on a video game system and it was literally your last $600, but
yeah, but you were going to be out of food anyway, so what's the difference?
Yeah,
it's not like you're going to buy food and it lasts.
Starve to death slightly ahead of schedule.
I mean, you end up buying food, and then before long, you're just flushing it down the toilet.
Yep.
Uncle Ron said his girlfriend's son got a computer for Christmas, but the video card didn't arrive. She now has it, but I'm quarantined at home with creeping crud. You have the creeping crud? Do you have the virus? You better not have the virus.
Is it suspicion of the virus?
Good friends of ours, we just got word today that he's got the virus. In fact, this month he was diagnosed with diabetes, and now we find out that he's also got the virus. So...
Oh. What an age to be alive. I think the survivors will envy the dead.
Sergio said, I've been waiting for a package from Printed Solid for going on 2 weeks. USPS has taken my package for a tour around the eastern seaboard. No, I'm sure that's Printed Solid's fault. They probably sent it to the wrong address. Kidding.
Funny story about that. So I have a friend that lives in a place called Sudbury, Ontario. And I ordered something for them, and it was ordered from inside Canada. The actual travel time is 5 or 6 hours between where it was ordered and Sudbury, and it doesn't show up. And we go in the tracking stuff, and it's currently in Sudbury, Massachusetts.
Awesome.
It went to the States from Canada.
Oh my gosh.
And actually, my other favorite thing is there's a place here called Giant Tiger, and most of you guys know I collect video games.
You do?
Yeah, I've got a couple. They were clearing out the Sega Genesis Mini, so I figured I'd snag one. I ordered it, and I don't live in Ottawa, but I live pretty close to Ottawa. And it shipped from Ottawa, and it's currently in Quebec.
Well, that makes sense.
So they could have shipped it 30 kilometers to my house, but instead they picked up in Ottawa, shipped it to a different province, I guess because that's where the sorting center is, and then it's going to come back.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Oh, the same old chain from Sudbury, Massachusetts?
Well, he's from Mass. I don't know if he's from there, but he is from Mass. Or at least he lived in Mass. Mike Red Light is here. It's Mike Red Light. Mike.
Oh, you're not going to call him Steven again?
Shut up. You have to bring that up?
You did. We all knew what you were doing there.
Uncle Ron called him Muke, so, gosh, Mike just can't get a break around here.
Give me a break.
USPS has been a nightmare for the last couple of weeks. Weeks?
Life. I had a hard drive fail on me this week, and I just checked the date code on it. Where was it? Oh yeah, it was manufactured in 2008, and it's been running since I got it, nonstop.
Nice.
I came downstairs, and this was in behind my TV case because it was connected to the Wii, and all I hear is. I got maybe 20% of the data off of it, so now I'm in a bit of a rush to try and actually get redundant data set up because I just realized that I've got 6 terabytes of information that's not backed up anywhere.
Yeah. Western Digital has been my go-to drive for a long time.
Western Digital was my ones for a long time, and then they released, I believe it was the Caviar line, and I had 4 Caviar drives fail within the first year of using them.
I still have a couple of those laying around here.
They were below one. They were like 1.2 gig, something like that.
1.2 gigabytes, I think, are the ones that I have sitting around.
They I don't know if I just got from a bad batch. So then I switched to Seagate, and this is conspiracy theory stuff. So I'm not saying any of this is true. I don't want to get sued by Seagate for saying something that I'm like that they think that I'm indicating is 100% accurate or whatever. But they had a flood at one of their. It was after a tsunami or something like that, but they had a bunch of damaged stuff. And then like shortly afterwards, when they got back up and running, they had a long line of drives that didn't last very long. And I had a couple of those. So, but I was using Seagate for a long time because they had 5-year warranty out of the box. Or out of the box.
Well, I mean, I would say that those would be my top 2 for disk. Would be Seagate and Western Digital.
I used to love Maxtor, but Maxtor got bought out by Western Digital. Never
been a fan of Maxtors.
No?
Nope.
That's fine. I mean, they don't exist anymore, so. Actually, I think that was those Caviar drives were about the time that they bought Maxtor, because there was a few of the Caviar drives that still had that telltale Maxtor top on them. And my camera's going nuts again.
Yeah, it's doing weird focus stuff. So the Seagate broke. Did they have a flood? Did they fix the gate?
Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad.
Man, this
I like that.
These streams are getting worse and worse and worse. So I do want to give a very, very heartfelt thank you. I was looking at the analytics today, and last week's stream had a 100% retention.
Really? Nobody left?
Nobody left. At least nobody left in a short enough time to be counted against us.
Well, that's good.
I mean, our retentions are actually pretty good on these streams. They're, I would say always above 80%, but that was unbelievable to see 100% retention. And I figured it was because there was less people here, so there was less of a chance of people leaving. Fart smelt.
Always Coca-Cola. Still waiting for that sponsorship money.
Yeah, no doubt. We should start tweeting them and be like, "Hey, step up, would you?"
It'd be so awesome. It's like, oh, we've gone through and you've done videos that were apparently sponsored by us for like the past 26 weeks, and we pay $5,000 a video. So,
one of these days, somebody will step up and sponsor us, and then we could plug them in every stream.
It's true. Maybe. Probably not.
And then other people could just not sponsor us, and we still plug them in every stream.
I want to put on. Is it this one? No. Is it this one?
But you do have 2 downvotes. You get thumbs down always, like no matter what. So it's either somebody that has a vengeance against myself or James, or it's bots. I don't know. That used to bother me. And when I say used to, I mean like the first couple of months of doing this. Anytime I got a thumbs down, I was always not necessarily hurt, but concerned with why? Oh my God, why did they not like? Why didn't they like the video?
Yep. Now who cares?
And then I'm like, whatever. Yeah, Matt's right. It's still engagement. So now it's more of a kind of a chuckle. Now, obviously, you don't want more thumbs down than thumbs up. That hurts the algorithm. But Peg Leg Paul could pay you to plug him. One of those downvotes is from Walter. I don't talk to Walter very much anymore. He's kind of
off doing his own thing.
he's kind of fallen off of the face of Twitter.
He occasionally likes one of my projects or statuses or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
So I proposed something to Xander yesterday. And he told me no.
What states is that legal in?
I don't think any, but
seems about right.
Yeah, it was yesterday. I said to him, I think that he and I should do like a marathon stream, and do it from one computer where we play a video game, and we'll dual stream it to both his channel and Fun King 3D. But I said to him, I want to play one of the Lego games, and I want to do it like start to finish. And he's like 0 to 100%.
Hundo P?
What's that?
You're gonna go for the Hundo P?
The Hundo P?
Yeah.
So now his feelings against it are because we played Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, was it? Yeah. And we ended up having to actually start it a second time. It crashed and we lost all the data. And we had to start again. And that game drug on and on and on. But we're thinking that maybe we'll do one of the old ones, like the Batman or
the Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah.
What was the other one we were talking about? I don't know, but like one of the
Indiana
older...
Jones.
Oh yeah, the Indiana Jones ones were good. Xander hated that game because that there was a part in there where he has to go down into the underground, and there was a bunch of scorpions that crawled out. And Xander has a terrible fear of spiders.
Good to know.
Yeah, and heights.
He'd be a terrible Spider-Man. Those are the two things you have to like.
But no, you got to remember he was like, I don't know, what were you 4 years old? But like he would refuse to play. We'd get to that part of the game and he'd leave the room. That's how much he would hate it. And I'd be like, get in here and play the game. Because I'm a jerk. So,
yeah, you are.
But yeah, so I mean, him and I, that was kind of our thing for many years, is we would play the Lego games. And what I love about the Lego games is it gives you the option, like he'd be playing and he'd get stuck, and I could drop in, help him get through whatever it is, and then I could drop back out and go on with my life. Yeah. And that was always really awesome to me. And now Zach and I are playing, so it's kind of cool. But I just thought it would be really cool for him and I to do like a marathon stream. I said I don't really want it to go like too long. Maybe we'd have to cap it at like 12 hours or whatever, because I get really, really goofy when I'm tired. And there's no telling the things that I will say. Matt said, I hate heights and depths. He just prefers to stay right on the surface. 24 hours, do it.
I tried to do a 24-hour stream at one point. I still need to sleep.
Well,
I'm not as young as I used to be.
No, that's just it. But I mean, the thing is, was like I could go take a nap and Xander could continue playing.
It's true, until he got to the scorpions.
Right.
I'm not as young as I was when I started the stream.
No, by the time you get to the end of the game, you're not as young as you were.
I got one of those cheap AliExpress Super Nintendo controllers.
Shane said, "You bunch of babies." Well, it's funny that you say that, Uncle Ron, because Xander and I were talking about doing it from 2 different computers, and I said, "Well, we could do that," because he said, "Well, maybe we'll do like a Minecraft marathon. Like 12 hours of Minecraft. We'll just start with a fresh world and stuff." And I said, "Yeah, but to do that, we'd have to have 2 computers pumped into the studio computer and have the studio computer run the stream. But I wouldn't want it to be like this, where it's 50-50 screen like this. So I said we'd have to have a producer that could flip screens once in a while just to keep it a little bit more interesting." But
and then I just randomly log in and spawn a bunch of TNT and blow up all your stuff.
Right.
Sorry, blow up all of Xander's stuff.
I also used to do that to him as a kid. he 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 destroyed my house one time, goofing around.
Your kid blew up your house the other day.
My kid blew up my house the other day. But see, Xander is a creature of habit, like his father. And so anytime that he was done playing, he would go into his house, stand on his bed, and that's where he would quit. So his character was always standing on the bed. So I went in and put TNT all under his house and lined his whole floor with pressure plates. He was mad. He was mad.
That's what you get for logging on with explosive diarrhea. So Kay and I have a group of friends that we will randomly start up a new Minecraft server with. And what happens is the first couple of days we'll just build, we'll kind of do our own things, or we'll go scouting and try and find all the binomes and stuff like that. And then we start graving each other. So the one day my buddy logs off and he's built this really nice house that's mostly glass. So I go get a bunch of buckets and I get as many water tiles as I can. And I filled, like, everywhere I could place a water source block, I placed it. Yeah. And then we got a bunch of turtles and stuff in there too. So he logs back on. He's like, why am I drowning in my house?
Yeah, Xander used to do that to his friends too. Go in and fill the whole house with bamboo.
We used to, yeah, we do not the bamboo, but the vines. We'll try and find a spot where they're not going to see the vines, and we'll place a couple tiles of it because they spread, right?
Right.
And then we just wait to see how far they can spread before they notice. And at one point, I turned on the creative mode, flew up way above the guy's house, and made a bunch of blocks, and then I hung vines on them, and it took like weeks for them to creep down to the point where they're at his house. He's like, joke's on you guys. I wanted vines anyways.
Well, see, that's he used to with Zach. He would go in and put a bunch of chickens in Zach's house.
Look at all those chickens.
Uncle Ron wants to know if you're loading Windows 3.1.
No, that's actually the startup video on the newest version of RetroOrange Pie. Edit connection. I might have to connect a keyboard to make this work. And I only have the one, so I can't type in chat for a bit. Big loss to everybody.
You're from the other Kentucky, because everyone knows there's a Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, and other Kentucky. Just like there's Atlanta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, and other Georgia. Well, you forgot Augusta, Georgia.
Let's see if this works better with a keyboard.
Oh, my glasses are really dirty today. I got a big smudge like right in front of my eyeball. I hope you guys can't see it.
Does it not list the available connections?
Make sure you let us know what your Wi-Fi password is so we can come steal your Wi-Fi.
I'm actually going to... I just want to make sure that... and I just realized that the camera picks it up, so I'm just going to point it at the mess that's right there.
I don't know. I think anybody that wants to go all the way to Canada to steal your Wi-Fi deserves to have free Wi-Fi.
I mean, you got to understand, I use the same password for everything. It's just a Z.
It's just the word password.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, this thing came with batteries, and I went and got my own. Comes with a nice little protective carrying case. It was about $10 more for this one than it was the off-brand one, but again, I went with this one because of the...
Oh, good. The Wi-Fi worked.
The V-grooves for the pipe.
I should need
the other. They just don't admit it. My sister has finally decided to move out of Augusta, Georgia, and she's moving down here to Florida. She's good. She's the last bit of my family that's still there.
Ugh. So I need to design a case for this orange Pi because I'm going to put it back into computer use service. Okay, and I want to play some Tetris.
Well, I still need to build a retro arcade. And I don't know if I want to do it off of a Pi or if I want to do it off of that fanless PC that I have.
Okay, so the Pi will be easier to set up because it's a very contained experience.
Okay.
However, the accuracy of emulation and latency is generally lower on a PC when configured properly. It's just significantly more effort. Like I wrote that RetroPie image to the disk on this orange Pi.
Right.
It started up and said, map out your controller. So I just literally had to, it says push up, I push up, down, left, right, map out the stuff. And then all I have to do is connect it to the network and copy ROMs to it, and it's ready to go. So for all intents and purposes, let's say this was a brand new build, right? And I've been messing around with it on the stream, but not really paying attention, but it's ready to play games now.
Okay.
I haven't put any on it, but so it's dirt simple. So it comes down to how important is accuracy to you. And like obviously if you're using a PC, if it's a higher powered PC, it may be able to emulate newer stuff. Like you can emulate PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Wii U, and if it's a high-end enough computer, you can actually emulate the Switch.
I think it's an i7.
What generation?
About 6 months old.
Oh, well then it's probably one of the newer ones. Yeah, so you'd be able to do a lot with it. Obviously, video card's going to have some effect on it as well, but a lot of them do have a strict CPU emulation mode. In which case, if you got a high-powered CPU,
if my eyeballs weren't so old, I'd be able to read the sticker on the box.
But they are.
Yeah, my eyes are older than the than the computer. Double glasses.
So while you and I were talking, I went ahead and put every Atari 2600 game onto it, which I totally own. You just can't see them, but they're behind me on the wall.
Oh no, this one's not the i7. This one's Celeron N3350.
It's going to be a little lower power then.
All right, well then I'll do it on a Pi. And will a Pi 3B be enough?
Depends on what you want to emulate up to.
Really, the old stuff.
Well, I mean, Atari, it's no issue. A Pi 1 will emulate Atari and NES and SNES. I think that's where it caps out, though.
That's really all I care about. I have a video game question for you. What system was Battletoads released for?
The original NES.
Was it the NES? I couldn't remember if it was NES or Super NES.
Yeah, it was.
Because I told Xander that should be the game that we marathon, and he's like, I don't even know what that game is, and I'm like,
it would break him. So here's the neat thing too. So you get your games onto it, right? And then you can bring up this thing called a scraper. And then you run the scraper, and it'll actually go find the game and download the image, the box art for it, so that when you're scrolling through it, it shows you the actual box art. So there, it's actually doing it right now. Like they've got so much of this stuff automated at this point. I almost said animated. I mean, this is animated, I guess, too, because that working thing is bouncing around. So.
John Clark said, I've got one of the Atari arcade sticks with trackball and Pi 3B. Well, right now I have my spare Pi running the matrices that Maker Melissa did. But I want to upgrade that to a Pi 4 for a little bit more speed. So then I'll have that 3B plus laying around.
What I like doing now is because people have created, so there's also themes and stuff that you can install on it. So I like to go on here and put on the SNES Mini theme, so it looks like the SNES Mini on the screen, even though it's got everything on it. This works better with a keyboard because I can just hold down a button, but I do at some point plan to do a full like half an hour setup video on how to get all this stuff working.
You should do that for a Pi 3B plus.
I mean, it's the same process. I think it's even the same image for the Pi 3 and the Pi 4 now.
Yeah.
So there. So now if I go in here and go to UI settings, there should be a SNES Mini. And we just do back, and it'll magically reconfigure itself to look like the SNES Mini. It's pretty snazzy looking, right?
Yeah.
And then basically, it's got a Samba share, so you can just access it using File Explorer or whatever to put whatever you want onto it. Hey, why don't I load up Battletoads?
You should.
Let's see. I'm not going to be able to play it particularly well on here because going through the capture card adds all sorts of latency to it.
I can't tell you how many times that I made my nephew throw his controller down playing Battletoads.
75.
I said I can't tell you.
I can't tell you why. It is mind-blowing to me. So that system I built for my buddy Marty, the board that is in there is the Orange Pi PC. It's a quad-core 1.5 gigahertz CPU with a gig of RAM and a 400 megahertz Mali GPU. It can be had off AliExpress right now for $28 Canadian.
Wow.
Which that is less than half the price of me buying a new Pi 4 in Canada right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the cheapest Pi 4 that I can find, and when I say cheapest, I mean comparatively to with shipping, without shipping, blah, 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 is like $65.
Yeah,
that's
so
that's the 4 gig one, because the 2 gig and the 4 gig one are like just a few dollars apart.
So this is there are some caveats, right? Because like everybody's like, well, why don't I just buy the Orange Pi? I'm like, it's not for everybody. It's not as well supported. First of all, it's not like a direct competitor because people are like, oh, I'll just burn the Raspberry Pi software. It doesn't work that way. It's not the same. It's not the same hardware. But it's got built-in Ethernet, 3 USB, HDMI, but it doesn't have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi built into it. I don't care for that anyways. If I want Bluetooth, I just toss on one of these little $5 dongles. Right. And we're good to go. And I don't really care about the Wi-Fi when I'm building stuff like this because it's just going to be sitting plugged into my TV, whatever. The one that I'm working on right now is the Pi Lite, which is a quad-core 1.2. I don't know what the price on these are right now, but it's got Wi-Fi built into it, but no wired Ethernet. And there are like higher-end ones where it's got absolutely everything. So I don't know. I don't try to sell anybody on it, but I don't I don't mind designing devices around it, and then people can modify it for a Pi if they want or whatever.
Right.
For a little while there, I was feeling like I had to do everything with a Raspberry Pi because that's what everybody else has. But
right. Well, kind of like when you get into 3D printing and suddenly you have to do everything in metric.
Yep. You mean everything? You have to do everything correctly. Hate that.
No, metric is the lazy measurement system.
It's true. It's just it's so much more simplified.
That it very much is.
It's no effort.
No. If you can count to 10, you pretty much got it figured out.
That's true. Yep. Count to 10? Okay, we'll do that 10 times and you're at 100.
Do you prefer freedom units? Yeah, I was so I got Zach some tools for Christmas. He had asked for some tools, and he had put on his list that he wanted like screwdrivers and wrenches, and he wanted bolt cutters, so I got him a pair of 8-inch bolt cutters, which are really for cutting like wire, but so I got him a set of both standard and metric wrenches. And so when he unwraps them, he was kind of trying to figure out why he got 2 sets of wrenches. And I said, well, one is standard and one is metric. And I said, anything current, automotive wise that you work on, it's going to be metric. But if you get back into the 80s and the early 90s, it'll be both.
On the same vehicle.
Yeah. And you just never know, like the taking the seat out, the front 2 bolts might be metric and the back 2 bolts are standard.
Do you like being frustrated? Because that's what you're going to get.
That's what it'll come down to. But if you work on anything current, everything's 10 millimeter and you won't have one of those.
You'll remember a time where you might have had one.
Yeah, when you first get the toolkit, they all come with a 10. I'm really surprised they don't come with 2. Matt said, I'm looking at you, Harley Davidson. Yeah, well, GM was pretty notorious for that too.
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, we were looking at these arcade buttons, and I was trying to figure out how to get it apart. So there. Now I got it apart.
Oh, excellent.
I thought this was supposed to come off, but I guess the whole spring mechanism for these cheaper ones is built into the switch assembly.
You took apart your button the other day.
Hey, we're the monkeys. I got sidetracked. I was supposed to be playing Battletoads, but then I decided to put the Super Nintendo stuff on it too. Now I lost the other half of this button the other day.
Tom Lama said all tool sets need 3 10 millimeter and 3 13 millimeter sockets. It's funny because like my wrenches, like you pull out the drawer and I've got my wrenches in a wrench organizer, and then obviously they're in order, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then, the standards, they go up and there's like 3 1/2 inch. I love the Chinese hardware that's halfway between metric. Well, that's because you need cheap Chinese wrenches then, because they're also halfway between metric and standard.
Battletoads. All I can remember from Battletoads is the freaking pause music.
The part where you bust up the robot and then you can pick up his leg.
Oh yeah, and then beat him to death with it.
Or you can beat another guy to death.
Yeah.
That was usually the end of it for my nephew.
I look like one of those true speedrunners where I've got the camera on my hands so you can see that I'm not faking it. Is this even working? I don't remember. I don't remember if you have to wait through the... Look at that. That was mind-blowing graphics back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Well, look how smooth it is.
Oh, I guess it works. I don't think I've ever successfully beaten this game. I always die on the bikes.
Yeah. I don't know if there's actually any game beyond that. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in so long.
I don't seem to be punching.
No, you look like you're just dying.
Boom. Is this the robot? Oh, he came back.
Yeah, you got to break him. There you go. Now you can pick his leg up. See, if this was 2-player, you could kill the other player.
I like how you hit this guy. It's like, hey, do you know what I did to your brother? Ah!
Oh, that was good times.
Nope. Boom. Oh.
Looks like sacrificial toads, not battle toads. Well, you had an option not to kill the other player? Well, I don't know if it was an option or not. I always did it.
Come on. Get down.
The game is so simplistic.
Oh, that was rude.
But it's so annoying. It's infuriating.
What's the point of even giving health if that guy just hits you Oh, there you go. I thought I had to ride that guy, to be honest. This guy just kills you in one shot. Well, 2 shots, but you can't do anything in between them. Come here.
Where's your
Yeet.
mother? And then the bad guys just keep coming.
Hey, I yeeted you off the screen.
Yee.
Oh yeah, for the. Oh crap! I forgot to get that one up. Ah. I need that. I can't pick it up.
And I think that this robot is being driven by stormtroopers because its ability to hit a target is really bad.
Yeet. Oh. And yet. Oh no, I guess I beat him. Did I? Yep.
Yeah, there's his parts. Yeah, you got to smash the crows and get the feathers. $4,000 shots, 0 hits on the target.
Is this how I knock his beak off? Oh, he knocked my beak off.
He clipped your string.
Yeah. Now I got a freaking beak sword.
That's right. Now you can kill him with a feather.
Or a punch. This is what our stream is. Oh, is this lightning bot?
Yep.
Oh, didn't even see the lightning bolt, but game over.
Game over, man.
Is it unlimited continues? Is that the one saving grace for how difficult this game is? I don't get. Oh, that's right. You can kick them multiple times on the way down. Oh yeah, and you can turn yourself into a bell for some reason. You go all the way over to the other side.
I don't know if that's a bell or a wrecking ball.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
I just like when their hands and feet get real big. Good stuff.
And happy days. Remember when I was going to design a case for this thing during the stream?
Yeah.
Playing Battletoads.
That's why you never load the games on there until
it's finished.
All done.
They call me PewDiePie. Ah, no. Now I'm a wrecking ball with feathers attached.
And people with Twitter need to fill out their profiles.
So you know who you're talking to?
Well, it's funny because like people will follow me and I'll go in and like look at it and there's like no information. So I'm like, oh, do I know this person? And then I don't know if I know this person.
Why is this guy not dying? There we go.
Because you suck.
Yes, I'm quite garbage. Guilty as charged. What? Oh. Oh. Oh, crap.
So I'm curious, how many people in this chat room, how many people
are going to unsubscribe due to the game content?
Yes. No, we're able to get in on Printed Solid subscription box.
I would have, but I'm Canadian.
I was going to say, obviously, if you're not in the U.S., it doesn't apply to you, but
Nothing applies to me.
Because like I seen that it was coming and stuff, and I thought, I really don't like to give Printed Solid my money.
It's true.
I don't like dealing with them. That Dave guy is so awful. But yeah, no, I had signed up for it that morning, and then I wasn't on the computer at midnight. Like I know some people like right at midnight were in there signing up, but I got in on it the next morning, and then not long after that, David posted that they were at like 70%, and then not long after that, they were at no more available slots. So
I'm gonna jump into.
What's that?
I'm gonna jump into designing stuff now, like I was originally going to.
You have 41 minutes.
Oh, that's enough time to build like 6 cases.
Mike said we Canadians can't. Well, that's not really true, Mike. You can. You just got to have somebody on the U.S. side receive the package for you and then pay the bazillion dollars to have it shipped.
That's that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Diddly.
It's because of that mountain range on the border. They got to get them packages all the way up over that mountain range.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by modeling the actual pie. Because I got
frog-shaped pie case.
What was that?
Uncle Ron said frog-shaped pie case.
I mean, if it makes you happy. So we're looking at... We're looking at 69 by like 48.
Glenn Hogue said, I didn't even see the offer. Well, if you go onto the site now and you like go in like you're going to put it in your cart, you can sign up for notifications, like in-stock notification. And if they get people who drop out or they up the ability, David just kind of picked a limit just to make sure that everything goes smoothly and that there's no disappointment in the beginning, which is smart. But don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, we don't want to give anybody extra credit for anything.
No.
Everything is stupid. Everybody's dumb when you're part of the team.
Yeah, Mike said that's the catch. I believe I can buy Prusament cheaper. Yeah, I've never understood the cost to ship some. I mean, like the two countries are touching each other. It doesn't even have to go over water to get there.
I don't know what is with Fusion, but it does this to me constantly where it like I'll click and then start to drag, and I guess I just move too fast, so it ends up putting like 2 clicks in. So then I'll be trying to divide something in half, and it'll have actually started like here for the second segment. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I blame.
You don't think the mouse has got a bounce in the switch?
I mean, I guess it does it on my laptop and here with different mice, but they're both Logitech, so it could also still be. See, it just did it again. Click here and click here.
Yeah.
But if I go slower, then it doesn't do it. Okay.
Well, and Glenn, the good part about not getting in on it in the beginning is in the very, very slim likelihood that the whole thing sucks, then you won't be roped into it like the rest of us. Even though it's a known good product at a fantastic price. I mean, you can't buy the 2 rolls of filament for that amount of money and then have it shipped for free. Pretty fantastic deal.
I wouldn't know.
Well, that's because you're Canadian.
I'm from Canada, eh? They think I'm slow.
I was just trying to make you feel better. I was talking to Glenn. He said, it's Jesse filament. I know it's good. I was just trying to come up with rationalization to make him feel better for not getting in on the ground floor. I was sold at the point that it's random, like you don't know what you're getting. That's what gets me.
How much candy does it come with?
Oh, it better come with a lot. It better come with 20 pieces of premium chocolate, because that's what comes in the Fun King box.
Wait, you guys are using premium?
Premium chocolate candy. Premium leftover Halloween candy. So pre knowing, I won't say pre-diabetes, but pre knowing that I had diabetes, it didn't matter. Like, if you buy the mixed bags with like the Snickers and the Milky Way and the whatever, all mixed, like the different stuff in one bag, it didn't matter to me. It all tasted fine. But now that I don't eat that much of that stuff, if I get, say, a Snickers bar out of one of those mixed bags, I can tell it came out of a mixed bag.
Like versus the fresh ones?
Versus like if you bought a bag of just Snickers.
Oh, really?
It's like their flavors mix inside the bag.
Cross-contamination?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's my new superpower. Wow, Glenn, that's a lot of subscription boxes. Uncle Ron said Glenn will get the same random color 8 months in a row. It'll probably all be yellow. That's what happened with the Rhino 3D box. Now, I love Nick to death. Nick as a human being is a fantastic, fantastic individual. But my one complaint about the Rhino box was it wasn't random, which I guess could be a good thing. You chose the color, but they didn't send out an email reminding you to choose the color. So like if one month you chose a roll of red and a roll of blue, and then you forget to change it, next month you're getting a roll of red and a roll of blue. And then their mystery filament was the same mystery filament until they sold out of that one. So in the beginning, there wasn't a lot of customers. So I ended up with the same color for the mystery filament for 2 months. So it had its issues. But it's not that I needed more filament. I definitely don't need more filament, but it'll be nice to have some color options again. I've kind of gone through everything, and I'm stuck with like 100 rolls of yellow. I still have a roll that Shalom gave me. It's iron. It's the filament with iron in it, which is magnetic. I'm not sure where I tucked it. That wasn't on camera, I hope. No. Was it this one? Yeah, steel fill. So it's a 1 kilo roll. This is brand new, still vacuum sealed. Look how little bit is on there.
Louise.
Because it's by weight. But it is very, very magnetic. But what kills me about it is I don't want to just use it. I want to use it for something special, but like what? What do you use it for? Glenn Hogue says he's a sucker for random colors. I like the mystery. I like the not knowing. That's why we do the MakerBox videos. Like I don't open it ahead of time. None of it's pre-planned. But yeah, I have a roll of yellow melt ink. I have quite a few IC3Ds, both PLA and PETG. Of course, the PETG is Fun King 3D yellow. I have polyalchemy elixir in yellow that came from Carl. I have some Polyflex from Polymaker in yellow. That's a nice and I've never opened this up, so I don't know how flexible this is. But judging by the fact that I can kind of squish it right here, it's got a good flexibility to it. And one of these days I'm going to print some flexibles.
That doesn't look right.
Oh, I have a whole brand new roll of Hatchbox yellow, which used to be Fun King yellow unofficially. I didn't even realize that was still in there. This was Rhino Reels. This was Rhino Reels yellow, and it's like, I know you can't really tell, but it's real pale. So here's Fun King 3D yellow. It's like super, super pale, which was sad. And that's Keene Village Plastics filament, so it's good filament. It's just not a great color. Magnetic chess pieces. Did you print the spool? Which spool? You're talking about the spool for the Rhino, then yes. And it's going to come as a total shock to you, but I printed it in yellow. This was the mystery filament. It is a in fact, here is Xander's robot printed in that. It is like a midnight blue with a sparkle in it. It's a very pretty filament, but again, 2 months of the same filament. And I have Pink Mafia, which isn't yellow.
Bet you it's pink.
What's that?
I said I would bet it was pink.
It is. Very pink. Oh, and then how's this for fun?
I have a roll of that. Is that dark beige or that light beigey white color?
No, this is like safety orange.
Oh, look at that.
But this, if I'm not mistaken, is not Printed Solids made Jesse PLA. I think this is the stuff made by IC3D, because it says here manufactured by IC3D for Printed Solid. Mystery orange. I generally, like when I'm printing stuff, I don't generally care what color I'm printing it in, but it's usually Zach that'll be more particular about what color his dinosaurs are. Do you have to do the safety dance when printing with safety orange? Well, I like to at least hum the tune.
And you can dance if you want to.
I can, and I can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. If you guys seen Alien Josh's video, the everybody dancing, that's the best dancing I've ever done in my life. And if you haven't seen it, you're going to have to go find it now. Not right now, though. Wait at least, 30 minutes.
Until the stream's over, yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out where I screwed up because my spacing's off by 0.3 millimeters.
That's it. What are you doing with your friends behind in the first place?
Should be. Let's do 8.85.
Yeah, somebody said that AIO is gone. I've been meaning to reach out to Jens and I haven't done so, but at least they're gone as far as filament goes. Well, their website still exists.
When's the last time they actually released new filament or whatever, though? Because, like, what wasn't it for a while? It seemed like they were clearing out old stock, but then nothing new came.
They changed the spools. They changed their spools, and they were trying to get rid of all of the old spools. Well, in fact, going back even further, they had PLA and they did some PETG, but then they got out of PETG and they clearanced all of that, and they didn't have it for a long time, even though it was still listed on Amazon. But then they changed the spool for the PLA and they clearanced all the old stuff. The new spool was definitely better. I think I have both, but I like the new spool better anyway. And then shortly thereafter, they released a whole bunch of stuff like the silk gold. And then they actually got back into PETG, which I still have one. I have one roll. I love their red. Their red. It was just a very non-orangey red. I love their red. And that's the PETG. That's the last roll of their PETG I have. Now, my biggest complaint with them was they were only half-kilo rolls. So, like, cost-wise, it wasn't super cost-efficient because it was like 14 or 15 bucks for a half a kilo.
Right.
Yeah, Kit, that's AIO. So, to buy a kilo's worth, you're at a very premium filament mark. And I know that they don't manufacture their own filament. I'm sure it's from, overseas somewhere, but I always had really good luck with their filament. I have absolutely nothing to say bad about their filament. And I've printed a bunch of it.
I like I'm not even measuring in frame. It's just mostly my empty desk and then occasionally me entering stuff in Fusion.
Yeah, sometimes the mouse moves. That's all right. People aren't here for you anyway. They come here for me.
Yeah, I'm not the king of fun.
Yeah, and then they started Win Robotics, which was their overseas, and they started selling over in like Germany and stuff, which was pretty awesome because that was one of the main comments that I got, oh, you always talk about AIO, but we can't get it here. But if you look on Amazon, their stuff is marked currently unavailable. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. And it could just have to do with, there's a thing out there called the Corona.
My Corona.
So it could have something to do with that, but. Oh, Uncle Ron said, bless you. Sander. Yeah. Uncle Ron said, bless you.
Okay, thank you.
For you, send.
No, he sneezed. We're trying to figure out a green screen solution for him. Happy Run gave him a green screen, which is awesome, except for the way that his area is set up. To use it, we have to like kind of almost wrap it around him, and he's like kind of stuck in this little area. So we're trying to figure out what to do as far as a larger green screen goes. But for those of you who don't know, well, first of all, for those of you who don't subscribe, shame on you. Shame. And for those of you who subscribe and unsubscribe and subscribe and unsubscribe, James on you.
James on you, yes. You guys.
But no, so he broke 200 subscribers the other day, which is pretty awesome. And,
I thought you meant like he physically broke all of his subscribers, like he did something so silly.
Yeah, he nuked his channel. No, no, I mean, in fairness, it was all of you guys out there that carried him to that first 100. And then he earned the last 10 by himself. And what I think you ended up at 170 from the original push. So I mean, he built 30 subscribers, which is pretty good, being that his videos are terrible.
And he's a terrible person. Don't forget that. Yeah,
he's a mean, evil kid. He just plays video games all the time, and he's constantly bullying little kids on the internet. I don't know, for some reason he doesn't video that.
I should.
Your watch time would increase tremendously, or you just nuke your channel, one or the other. But so he finally decided he's going to do a face reveal, and again, obviously you guys know what he looks like. At least most of you do, from back in the days when he used to do videos with me. Or you can go back and watch old Xander's Things Thursdays and cringe like I do. It's pretty funny. But so no, he decided he was going to do a face reveal. So that's coming out Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Matt Cox says he reveals your face. Well, I told him that like he should do it and then have like a mask on or something, like, this is me, this is what I look like.
Oh, do pandemic version of him.
Yeah, or just like have the video like glitch out so you can't really see him. So honestly, pull the Home Improvement thing and be behind the fence.
Yep.
But Xander, I thought we were talking about Zach. No, Zach wants to get more screen time, and we're going to work that in. We're going to work that into Fun King. He's technically going to take second chair on Fun King 3D because Xander sucks, and so.
Was that?
I'm not going to repeat what he just said, and later I'm going to wash his mouth out with soap. He's talking like a Canadian.
I heard what he just said, and that's pretty offensive.
Yeah,
I would say that's worse than what I said.
Yeah, and if you heard it, that means the rest of the world heard it too. So yeah, I think Xander's going to spend a little time grounded from that one. Yeah, keep chuckling, Smiles.
Yeah, it's funny.
You won't think so. So, but Zach is gonna, like Zach's at the age now where I trust him to be around the equipment and stuff and only burn himself a little bit. So we're gonna get him a little bit, but no. So if you guys aren't already subscribed to Xander,
don't bother. He's grounded.
Yeah, don't bother. He won't be producing videos for a while.
It'll be just like old times then.
Right. It'll be like him taking after his dad. Don't produce any videos.
Pretending you were producing a video the other day.
But yeah, that video will be coming out on Tuesday. It's already produced. It's already scheduled. It'll be out. So I haven't seen the video yet. It's probably offensive.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, no, it's got his face in it.
I'm pretty offended by what he said. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, he had messaged me the other night. I don't even remember where I was, but he had texted me and said, "Hey, can I do a face reveal?" And I wrote him back. I'm like, "No, let's talk about that later." Because I thought he was going to do it like right then live, and I wasn't sure what was in the background. But it's all good. So I gave him. I set up the green screen and we put some lights in front of him and stuff. And did you end up using the pizzeria? He was playing with keying inside of Premiere and changing his background and stuff. And so he actually sat still long enough for me to teach him something, which was pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
Kit said grounding him won't teach him in this modern age. Mass unsubscribe might. Mass delete his YouTube channel might. No, that'd be like that mother. Did you hear about that mother that punished her son by like deleting his Minecraft?
Wasn't that a father? And then basically they posted on Reddit to ask, like, was this too far? And everybody's like, you're a monster.
Yeah, like
it was like something they put 4 years into or something like that.
Yeah, like multiple years into the world and stuff, and they just delete it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're a bad person if you do that.
I agree.
Like,
it's much better to just not let the kid play, knowing that his world is just sitting there, and all of his crops need harvesting, and his sheep need shearing.
Ed Sheridan.
Multiple years, and the kid didn't know how to back up. No, I think he was only like 9 or 10 years old when it happened.
And then, yeah, so the mother or the father posted a thing saying, like, did I go too far? And then somebody basically is like, would you go downstairs and if he had built a bunch of Lego stuff, smash the stuff? And they're like, well, he's like, well, no, but that's actual stuff. And we're like, you need to get out of that headspace right now. Virtual stuff is real stuff now. Like, people put it in real time.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's my wife didn't understand when Xander and I were playing Minecraft one time and he killed me over the water and I lost all my stuff. And I had a meltdown about it, and my wife couldn't understand. I'm like, it's all my stuff.
The little monster.
Oh.
You raised a monster, Glenn.
Yeah, he always thought he was funny, and he'd like come up and hit me with a pickaxe. Or then I got a dog, and he hit me, and then the dog killed him. So
I have a friend who we used to play Minecraft with his son. And his son would constantly walk up and hit me and stuff because his dad was the administrator and all the other stuff. And okay, and I would let him. I'm not gonna flip out on a kid or something, right? Like, obviously. And one day he said, "Why don't you hit him back?" I was like, I didn't think that would be an option, so I started hitting him back. And when I was hitting him back, he had no chance. And then all he hears, "Dad, Dad, Dad!" And he's like, "What? You kept hitting him and stuff. What do you expect is going to happen?" And then I also filled his house with TNT.
Nice.
I think the funniest thing I did at one point was I built a giant creeper, and then I filled the inside of the creeper with TNT. So I'm like, check out this giant creeper I built, and then I lit off the TNT from the back, and it just blew up and completely lagged out the server. Kay and I will get bored, and we'll go like tunnel a hole straight down, and then fill it with TNT and light it, and see how big of a cavern it makes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like, and we'll be playing with our friends, and they'll be like, "Why did the server just lag for a solid 20 seconds? No reason." I'm pretty sure Uncle Ron is kidding, but no, I do not have to design these every time I do it. This is just the first case I've designed for this particular system.
Yeah, and he could just go over to GrabCAD and somebody else has probably already done it, but you know.
I usually check beforehand, and the orange pies have not been modeled extensively, so, you know, what are you going to do? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I would just buy a pie.
For that chocolate-coated ice cream loaded.
The bigger question is, what would Jesus do for a Klondike bar?
He wouldn't have to do anything, but he'd do everything. Was it The Simpsons where I think Otto said to Flanders, could Jesus microwave a burrito so hot that he himself could not eat it? And Flanders got real confused and just walked away.
I don't know.
It was the episode where Homer discovered that medicinal stuff from Canada.
Oh. Would you kill a man?
Is that Family Guy? What would you do? Well, that's not too bad. There, I've got 12 minutes left, and that's pretty much like Like, obviously, there's no details in it, but this is generally, if I'm modeling a board, this is pretty much as far as I'll go with it, because it's got everything.
The further you have to go with, as long as the ports line up.
Exactly. And I'll usually give it a good look to make sure that it looks like it's generally the right thing. So I'm going to move this over here, and then I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit more.
Mark wants to know if you got the LED project finished.
Nope. Haven't touched it since. That's pretty much the. So I actually need a bunch more LEDs to make it work. So I ordered them from AliExpress because it's literally the same LEDs, and the ones I bought from Amazon were just somebody buying them and redistributing them. So.
Uncle Ron said, Matt, depends on who. There are a few I wouldn't even need a Klondike bar.
just be a little bonus. So the only other thing I'm going to put on is the CPU, because that'll determine where I'm going to put the fan. So, yeah, there. That's it. That looks about right too. The spacing all seems okay. Oh, and I need to add this on the underneath. That.
So you didn't do that off of measurements, like.
No, sorry. So I've been here the entire time with my calipers.
Like you measured it. You didn't look up specs on it.
No, that's the one issue I've had with the Orange Pi boards, is I haven't been able to find a diagram that outlines where everything is. So
interesting. Are they open source?
No, not really.
I know the
GPU is not open source, which has been part of the issues getting drivers set up with it for various distros and stuff. But anyways, this was the first kick at the can for the Orange Pi PC case, and you can see that the HDMI port lines up and nothing else does. And I didn't give it I was in a hurry to get it done, so I didn't give it a good look before I sent it off, because usually I'll look to make sure, like, does everything look like it's generally in the right spot? And as you can see, it wasn't even close. So the mistake I made here, if I can get this lined up to show, is that I got the HDMI port mapped out first, and then I was mapping out other parts based on the location of that. And so I went from here to back corner to what was supposed to be the back corner on the audio port here. And then I drew the audio port to the right instead of to the left. So like I started here, and I should have gone this way, but instead I went this way. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with the power port, but so I started on what should have been the closest corner and then went even closer versus further away. So once I swapped that in the design and recreated the holes, it lined up perfectly.
Nice.
But,
Michael Cassell has joined us. Hello, Mike.
Hey, look, a castle.
Michael is the genius behind this banner that's behind me.
What a fun king guy. Do you appreciate the fact that I spent the time to make sure that all that came out nice and clear? Don't want to get yelled at again like that one time.
Yeah. Like that one time when you said fun king. Uh-huh.
Yep. It's Xander's Fun King Thursday. Hey, hey, hey.
I'm really sad that Ryan Custom Drum Loops doesn't do jingles anymore. Now I have to interview a whole bunch of people on Fiverr. I don't know. Do you look that up as a jingle or a theme song?
I don't know.
I can't remember the first time I did it. Thought Priscilla was behind that banner. Well, the stairs are technically behind that banner, but that banner is still looking good. Well, yeah, it's never in the sun. It lives a very posh life in the air conditioning under only the finest LED lighting.
And 14.15. Okay, so 14.15 on a 45-degree angle. Did it again where it clicks twice.
All right, here's a guy that'll write a custom theme song for $15, or starting at $15. He's got a 5-star rating. Hope he's not Canadian.
Yeah, they're the worst. Do you know I did the most Canadian thing I've ever done in my life this past week?
What's that?
So I was on my way home from the office, and I was using my Bluetooth dialer, and I said, "Call mom and dad," and it goes, "I heard call mom and dad. Is that right? Would you like to call them?" And I said, "Yes, please." I said, "Please, to the freaking computer overlord in my car."
I use please and thank you with my Amazon Echo.
Echo, echo, echo.
Like I'll ask her to do something and she'll do it, and then I'll say thank you, and she'll be like, "You bet." Hope you're having a great Thursday.
Like I'm not. Have you heard of coronavirus? It's a big deal.
Michael Cassell said, "I think it's funny with Peg Leg Paul face reveal coming up. Can't wait to see who he really is."
Would have gotten away with it, wasn't for you darn kids.
Well, but I mean, the thing is most of the people that watch him, the 3 people that watch him, they don't know what he looks like. So
we're being generous today, are we? See, it's doing that click twice thing. It's because I'm being too fast, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta slow down, man.
Slow down, gas pedal.
You should get a faster computer. Just don't buy it from ibuypower.com.
Oh, I already had the link open. I was going to buy from ibuypower.com.
Definitely do not buy it from ibuypower.com.
That's ibuypower.com. Don't go there.
Well, and then I kept reading between I don't know, it's like a train wreck. I can't look away. I still go back to the Discord server, even though the computer has left them now and is on its way here. I still go back to their Discord server and their Reddit just to see the misery of everybody else. And of course, there's some simps out there that are like, "Oh, that's the greatest company ever. You just need to be patient." Michael Cassell said, "I buy and build my own," and I would have done exactly the same, except for you can't get your hands on the video cards. God, now I forgot where that story was going.
Sorry. Before we move on, you're actually gonna have to be careful about using the word simp, because apparently that's a word that's like, I know on Twitch right now it can get you banned.
Yeah, I didn't think that applied to YouTube though.
I'm concerned that is the beginning, and
we'll get it's going to carry over.
I assume that no matter what happens, life's going to screw me. So
right. So, but regardless, people have been recommending NZXT, NZXT computers, and then I've read in more than one place people are like, "Oh no, don't buy from them. That's iBuyPower's sister company, and they're in the same warehouse."
Oh.
So I did some Googling, and they're like 20 miles apart in 2 completely different warehouses. So I don't know if that's just one of those things like that we run into.
Somebody heard a rumor at some point and now it's fact.
Right. Like, we run into that in 3D printing where people are like, "Oh, well, so-and-so makes their filament," or, that's just a such and such printer that's been rebranded, or so. That's a lot of attention for a company that doesn't deserve it. No, we want it to be embedded in your head so that when you come across it, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that weird guy Glenn on YouTube told me not to buy anything from these crap hole companies." Builder's Mark said, "For $15, it can't be that much of a song." Well, let me ask you, Mark, have you ever heard the Xander's Thing Thursday theme? Because that theme cost me $10. And then I tipped the guy. But
he did a good job.
Well, he threw in a bunch of stuff. It was like $50 worth. But I thought NZXT, NZXT makes computer accessories, cases, and that type of stuff. But they also offer, they're not custom built. They're pre-built that you can customize. I'm not really sure the difference, but
during the early part of, did I leave? Yeah. So one thing I do all the time is I'll do subtractive stuff. So like I'll design the case around this, and then I'll use the combine function and use subtract, so it cuts holes in the case where I need the holes for the ports.
Right.
And I always check the option of keep tools, because otherwise it'll delete the pie after it's done. But the problem is then when you switch back to actually doing combine, where you say, like, because I at one point I split the board and all the components separately. I don't know if you were paying attention for that part, but basically, like, I split off the USB ports and stuff because I need to reposition them a little bit.
Okay.
I then combined them all, but it left the keep tool thing checked off. So now
You have more than one USB port?
I have all the parts that I'd split off of it are their own components, as well as on the board.
Does it not let you combine them back together?
Well, no, I just removed them now. I don't need the extras. So you just do this, and then this. But I was like, why do I have all these extra pieces in here? Because all I should have is the body, and then I've designed a fan, like a quick fan outline on the top to decide where the fan will be for the case. Because then I know how big I need to make the case. So.
Mark asked me if I looked at Zydax. I did not, only because by the time that you made that suggestion to me, this was already in progress. It's already on its way here. But I'd say I keep it in mind for next time, but I hope there isn't a next time. Again, I prefer to build my own.
I was going to say, you're hoping this is the last time you'll have to buy Xander anything, then he can get out, get a job.
Right.
How old does he have to be before you can kick him out there? Is it 16 or 18?
18.
Okay. Does he realize that, like, that's going to be his 18th birthday gift? Is a swift kick out the door yet?
He wants to live in our basement, only we don't have a basement.
So he wants you to build him a basement so he can live there?
I told him start digging. Mitch said at this point, building your own PC would have saved time. Too bad everything is price gouged. Exactly. He said, by the way, hi, Glenn and James. Hello, Mitch. Xander should be making that Twitch money. Yeah, we got to get him there.
You got that Twitch money. You got that Twitch money.
Yeah, the price on the GPUs, on the graphics cards, for me to buy the graphics card by itself, in the amount of money that I spent, there wasn't enough money to buy the rest of the components. I got a really good deal for what I got. So Uncle Ron said, I want to live in your garage.
I don't think he's kidding.
No, everybody wants to live in my garage. It's got a really sweet apartment in there with a bathroom and a urinal.
A bathroom and a urinal.
Well, a urinal in the bathroom. Mitch said, I want to rent your garage to build a CNC if only you weren't 1,500 miles away.
Oh, that's a coronavirus.
The corona.
My corona.
All right, so this guy.
You reading some stories over there?
This is Fiverr.
Oh, I thought you were back in the forums reading people's woe stories about their computers.
No, I do that on my own time.
That's fair.
This guy says, want a personalized ringtone? How about an original podcast or YouTube theme? I've got you covered. Let me know what/who you want the song to be about, a few things about the subject, and a genre of music or specific song you want covered, and I'll record your very own theme song, including full instrumental track, vocals, and any other personal audio you want included. Works well as a gift for work or just as a personal treat as well. I know when I want to get myself a treat, the first thing that I do is go out and get myself a theme song written.
That's a Canadian tradition, dude.
Then you got to get somebody to run ahead and play it as you walk in the room.
I tried that once, and all I got was somebody with a trumpet going. Made me real sad.
He has over 11 years experience in songwriting, musical performance, recording, piano, bass, drums, and other instruments. He also has over 10 years of experience in acting, improvisation, and comedy performances. Oh, he could be fun.
He could be king.
If you want to see more of me, I have a YouTube channel. I might just have to go check out his YouTube channel. So he's got a 15-second or $15 basic package, which is 15 seconds of audio. He's got a $30 standard package, which is 30 seconds. And then he's got a $45 premium package, which is 1+ minute. I wish they had like, I mean, it'll probably be on his YouTube, but like I'd like to see a little or hear a little taste of his stuff. I can't believe talented people chart. Well, see, now we don't know that he's talented. We don't know what he wrote about himself.
We're making assumptions here.
I have a hard time playing the radio. Mitch says like the 3D printer race to the bottom. Well, it is called Fiverr, and they're charging 45ers instead. And that's weird that he doesn't actually like put a link to his YouTube. But again, he's got, I mean, not a ton of reviews, 15 reviews, but they're all 5-star. So he paid at least 15 people to say nice things about him.
But you know he's got money, so he's not doing it because he needs the money. He's doing it for the street cred.
Well, it looks like he might be a drummer for a church. He does have some. Oh, this reviewer said, "Fun King incredible. Caden is a genius." Well, it's nice that they mentioned me on there.
Did he actually say Fun King?
No, it's F*******King. But there's only 2 asterisks. There's not 3 asterisks. There wouldn't be. Glenn Hoag's trying to get rid of us. He's like, it's 6:05. You're streaming at what time? I don't remember you asking me.
And you're grounded.
After that little comment you made.
Still thinks you're joking.
I know he does.
That's Fun King incredible.
Oh, all right. Well, you got anything to plug, James?
No. I haven't done much.
Yeah, me either. I've released all the videos I'm going to release for this year.
Got him out of the way early.
Well, it is 2021. So, you know, next year I'll release 2 videos. No, but honestly, folks, if you haven't yet gone and watched my latest video, do.
Don't bother.
If you've already watched it, go watch it again.
Actually, you know what? We're going to sit here and wait. We're not logging off until you go watch the video, so do it now.
Yeah, that's not like a...
We're not dismissing you until you've done
not like a big D move, is it?
Nope.
I do want to thank all of you who did watch it. I was pretty excited that it was it had 50 views in like the first hour, which is pretty abnormal for my videos. I mean, to even have 50 views.
What's it sitting at now?
I'm trying to get in there to find out.
I knew you would be.
Of course. You'd think I'd have it as a shortcut, but nah.
But nah.
Uncle Ron said one and done. It just played some little fireworks for me on the studio. Is that normal?
Probably.
It's got 124 views on it already. but the average view duration is only 4 minutes and 27 seconds, and it's like a 7 minute and 17 second video. So you guys are like missing out on all the good stuff. The ranking by views, it's a solid 5 out of 7.
It's the perfect one.
I totally had to do that.
I understand why.
I hope I really got to reach out to Chuck because I hope Chuck was kidding when he said that. He said, "Nice, they look great. That FK1 did a great job." I hope he really realizes that it didn't really print them. I got to start thinking about the bigger picture. So, shock value. We were all stunned you released one. I told you I was gonna.
It's true. You did say that.
Quality armor. I told you I had a video coming up. So I do actually have some other stuff coming up. This time of year is just crazy for me, and now I got to take all the Christmas lights down. Oh, I don't look forward to that.
Just leave them up till next year. Problem solved.
Yeah, except for the sun rots them real bad.
Well, then they'll automatically come down on their own when they're ready. Problem
Yeah,
solved.
usually by about November they start to fall off the house. So, but all right. Well, if there isn't anything else, I'm going to tell you all, like I do every week. Thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in and watching. We appreciate you guys being here because, again, these streams would be absolutely useless without you guys.
It's true.
I mean, James and I could just, do Zoom meetings instead, but
it's true. Way less effort.
Clint, I did actually record the show. I just want to edit in better video or better audio because it's just like me walking around with my phone. So once I get the audio overlaid, I will upload that to my personal YouTube channel, and then hopefully by next week I'll have it up, and then I can share the link with you guys on here. I did get a copyright strike on the other one, which is pretty funny. It's unlisted, but I still got copyright strike. But
quick, very short story, but related to what you just said. Kayleen's grandfather passed away last January, on January 1st. So we started off 2020 with a bang, and we finished a slideshow. So Kay had been accumulating all the photos and everything from all the relatives to do a slideshow. So she put the pictures into folders. I brought them into my video editing software, and then I generated a file to upload to YouTube, and she picked the songs. And within 5 seconds of uploading it, all 4 songs that had been identified and had copyright, not strikes, but copyright.
infringement.
Yeah. So not the one that shuts down your channel, but the one where other people are taking the revenue.
Right.
It's like, joke's on you. This is a private video that nobody else is going to see. So
right. Yeah. It's not going to get any advertising anyway.
Yeah.
So
enjoy the 6 cents that you're going to make off the family members that watch it, maybe.
But why would you monetize a video that family members are going to watch? Like, wouldn't you just turn off ads altogether?
But that's the thing is that, so I uploaded it non-monetized because I uploaded it to a channel that doesn't have monetization. It forces monetization after they put the claim
right.
in.
They'll throw it on there. I gotcha. Yeah. Mark just threw down $10. Shameless plug to go watch the video. Really, for after stream milkshakes. Thank you, Mark. It is greatly, greatly appreciated.
I've been watching the show Shameless.
I don't.
It's definitely not safe for kids.
No, I know that. So,
especially
but thank you guys for tuning in. We do appreciate you guys being here. Xander thinks that he's going to be streaming in 15 minutes. It depends on how bad I beat him.
He deserves it, though.
Yeah.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
After that comment, what I'll do is I'll just go tell his mama what he said, and then it'll be the end of him for sure. So, but definitely, we definitely thank you guys for being here. Tune in again next week because we're going to do it all over again. I'm hoping by next week I'll have some projects in front of me to play with so I can be like James and do stuff and ignore the chat. No, I like interacting with you guys. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for watching the video. And again, if you didn't, go watch it. It helps my ego, and that's really why I'm here because I'm an egomaniac. So,
yep.
White Castle, because I didn't mention it. And shop at printedsolid.com. So, and Coke, we're still waiting on you. Still waiting on you, Coke. We don't charge much. Good night, everybody, and thanks. Till next time. As always,
Print on.
print on.